Keep your eyes peeled for September. I feel like a lot of stuff is gonna start happening. What did I say? What did I say? It's been a hectic month. I called it.
Oh, for God's sake, Niall!
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new, then welcome. Hello, my name is Jasmine. So today's video, of course, is going to be the rundown for September 2020, which is going to be a lot. So I hope you're just as ready as I am. I'm not going to stall or waste any time at all in this intro. Let's just get into everything that happened in September.
It's not about winners or losers, but we won.
So we're going to kick the rundown off on September 1st. That is when we got pictures of Harry at a Camden football league. The people that Harry was in this photo with aren't the people that he was playing football with, or soccer if you're American. He actually had a group of like friends or a team or whatever across on a different field that he was playing with. And then this group of people over here that were playing called Harry over there and asked him to take a picture of them. One of the guys who was playing on this team that Harry came to take a picture of confirmed that Harry does play there regularly. He plays regularly. And that's something that a lot of people didn't know. I didn't know that, so that was pretty cool. I found it very comical that he was wearing a Marc Jacobs sweater to a football game. Like, to play you're wearing a Marc Jacobs sweater. On September 3rd, Liam did his appearance on Good Morning America, and this is where he finally confirmed that he is indeed engaged to Maya.
You are newly engaged. Congratulations, my man. How's that feeling these days?
Thank you. Yeah, we're just really happy. I mean, the last week I've just had a birthday. My son has gone to school for the first time today, so it seems like a lot of firsts for me, really, actually, which is great.
Now, if you don't remember or you didn't know, there was rumors going around last month that Liam could have been engaged to Maya because she was seen walking around with an engagement ring on her finger that was millions of dollars. And a lot of people were asking Liam if it was true, and he hadn't said anything. We hadn't got any confirmation until the 3rd when he confirmed it himself. On September 9th, Madame Tussauds announced that they were removing One Direction's wax figures from their London location. If you're not familiar with Madame Tussauds, it's basically like a major attraction. It's a wax figure museum, and it's one of the most famous museums. There's one in London, and then there's one also in New York. But at the one in London, the One Direction wax figures were a huge part of the museum. They had been in there for years and years and years, and it was a really big deal when they got put in there. So it was a really big deal when they announced that they were taking them out. A lot of people were really shocked. A lot of people were really confused. Some people didn't really care that much and kind of agreed that, you know, One Direction's not a band anymore, time to move on kind of thing. I'm not sure if they actually removed them on the 9th, but that's when they announced they were going to remove them. And yes, there will be another update about this later. I know you're already thinking about it. Also on September 9th, but technically on September 10th because this happened like in the night. But basically, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ben Winston, which if you don't know is, he used to be on One Direction's team. He directed a lot of their music videos and did a lot of interviews with them and stuff. I'm sure you've heard of him. But basically, he replied to a fan's tweet from back in 2017 when they were asking him to release the unreleased milkshake footage from the Carpool Karaoke. Backtracking just a little bit more, just in case you don't know. One Direction went on the Late Late Show with James Corden back in 2015, and they did his Carpool Karaoke, in which you get in the car with James Corden and you basically just play a bunch of songs and sing them. And the boys did that, as I'm sure you know, but they also, at one point, while they were with James, stopped at McDonald's and got a bunch of food, and all that footage was cut out. And a lot of people noticed that it was cut out because the boys all of a sudden had McDonald's cups in the car with them and there was no McDonald's footage in the video. And then there was also people who were like working at the drive-thru that day who took One Direction's orders and like took pictures of them while they were in the drive-thru. So we knew that they went through the drive-thru at McDonald's, and a lot of people wanted to see the unreleased footage. So a lot of people were begging Ben Winston to release the unreleased McDonald's footage from this Carpool Karaoke. The tweet that he responded to on the night of the 9th came from 2017. Ben responded to 2 different people talking about the unreleased McDonald's footage, hinting that it would be on the Late Late Show that night. He deleted one tweet that was like a standalone tweet about Late Late that night, and then he deleted another tweet that was the response to the fans saying something about the milkshake footage. But before he deleted the tweet, the Late Late Show responded to it with a bunch of eye emojis, which just made everyone go even crazier. Because at first people thought, okay, maybe he's just clowning us, maybe it's nothing. But then the official Late Late account responded to the tweet with the eye emojis, even further suggesting that something was going to happen on the show that night. They did do a One Direction segment on Late Late that night, but they were definitely teasing us a ton before it aired. James was sitting at his desk going on and on and on and on for like a solid 3 minutes about how everyone keeps begging him to kidnap One Direction and how he can't do it. He just went on and on and on about kidnapping them, and then just played a segment reminiscing about all the times they've been on the show. And that little segment did include some unreleased footage from when they went to McDonald's during their carpool karaoke. I think we should be grateful that they gave it to us. Even if it wasn't everything you wanted it to be, it was still cute. That was a whole mess to explain. I don't know why I dragged it out so much. But yep, that all happened on the 9th into the early morning hours of the 10th. On September 10th, the album Icarus Falls hit 2 billion streams, which this is Zayn's very first time ever hitting 2 billion streams. Mind of Mine never made it there. But the even better thing about that is also on the 10th, when Icarus Falls hit 2 billion streams, Zayn posted a picture on Instagram teasing new music. He said in the caption that he had stuff coming for us soon. So I think it was really cool that he kind of teased the new music on the same day that Icarus Falls hit 2 billion. And he gave us a picture, so considerate. What a king. Also on the 10th, Louis won 95.6 Artist of the Summer competition with 13 million votes. So that was pretty amazing. A lot of people got confused and thought that he got 26 billion votes. That was just a misunderstanding. He got 26 billion points, which is very different than votes. But he did get 13 million votes. Absolutely insane. Like, that number is so crazy. The fact that so many people were determined for him to win and voted for him that many times. And then he did. He pulled through. Following Louis' win, we also did get to hear his voice for the first time in 2 months. He did a little bit of a call-in interview with the station, just talking about like how he won and talking about his fans and stuff like that. So that was much needed. The following day, though, on the 11th, even better, Louis rose from the dead and tweeted out a thanks for winning Artist of the Summer and voting for him and stuff. And then he also included another tweet in there about how much he misses us. That moment, that was like, imagine like running for miles and miles and miles, you're exhausted, you're collapsing on the ground, you need something. And then someone brings you a cold bottle of water. You slurp it down like you haven't drank in hours because you haven't. That's what it felt like when Louis finally tweeted and said he missed us and he hoped we were well and thanked us for the win. It felt like the sunshine after a storm, and I was eternally grateful. Also on September 11th, this was absolutely insane from start to finish, but there was rumors floating around kind of in the morning time in my time zone that Harry would be playing in a movie directed by Olivia Wilde called Don't Worry Darling. These rumors started, like I said, kind of early in the day. They were just floating around in some little articles here and there, and people were really skeptical at first, as you kind of have to be, because Harry was rumored to play in movies before that he just wasn't in, such as The Little Mermaid. And then we also had that scare a few months ago where we thought he was going to be in a movie with Brad Pitt. You know, like, it just happens a lot where people throw his name around. So when the news first broke, a lot of people didn't believe it at all, me included. I didn't believe it for a second. I was like, oh, right, Harry's in this movie, okay. A lot of details came out about it, that he would be replacing Shia LaBeouf in the movie, he would be starring in it with Chris Pine, Dakota Johnson, like, so a lot of people were like, don't think I believe this. It was all just very up and down. For hours, nobody knew if it was real or not. More and more articles kept coming out about it, and everybody was like, I think it might be real. Nobody was really confident about the movie until Anne came on Twitter and tweeted about it. She was the very first person who was actually close to Harry to confirm the movie, but then a few minutes later she deleted the tweet and posted a different tweet about something else kind of as a distraction. So a lot of people think that she accidentally tweeted about it because she didn't know she wasn't allowed to break the news yet. So she had to delete the tweet and kind of deflect away from it. But her tweeting about it was pretty much solidifying that Harry was going to be in the movie. A lot of people were like, oh, okay, so he really is in it because Anne tweeted about it. And then later it was 100% confirmed that Harry is going to be in the movie because Olivia Wilde herself posted about it on her Instagram story. Like, the director of the movie posted about how she's excited for him to be a part of it. So we got actual 100% confirmation that Harry is in the movie Don't Worry Darling, and he's not just in it, he's starring in it. He's starring in it. Yep, he's starring in it. Don't Worry Darling is an Olivia Wilde thriller that's set in an isolated utopian community in a 1950s California desert. It's about an unhappy housewife who questions her sanity when strange things start happening in her community. Harry plays her husband, who's hiding a dark secret. So it does sound really interesting. I mean, it's a psychological thriller. It's a utopian thriller set in the 1950s, and Harry is playing a husband who has this dark secret, and I think it's gonna be amazing. Speaking of actor Harry though, on the 13th, there's another rumor that comes out that he is going to be starring in a Marvel movie, which is an X-Men reboot called The Eternals. This movie is still very heavy speculation. We haven't really gotten like a firm yes, like yes, Harry is in this movie. We don't know. There was a lot of rumors going around that the movie was already filmed and done with, and Harry already did it in the past. There was rumors that he's not in it at all and people are just making stuff up. For the most part, we don't know for positive. I mean, it might be like a high possibility, but I really don't know. A lot of people argue that they don't think Harry would sign a Marvel contract because of his performance and stuff. A lot of people think, like I said, the movie was already filmed. I don't know. But that was another rumor that was going around on the 13th. Also on the 13th, Liam uploaded a new YouTube video, so if you haven't seen that, I will have it linked in the description so you can go check out his video for September. But he also did a live stream on this day, and oh god. During the live stream, he forgot it was Niall's birthday because, of course, on the 13th, it was also Niall's birthday.
It's Niall's birthday. Is it Niall's birthday? Oh. Oh, I dropped the ball on that one. It's 5:30.
That's funny. On September 14th, there was rumors running around all over the place that One Direction would be reuniting on The Late Late Show that night. Yes, more clowning about Late Late. It's always Late Late, isn't it? The reason why people thought One Direction was going to reunite on The Late Late Show is because that night Dr. Phil was scheduled to be a guest on the show, and the last time Dr. Phil was scheduled to be a guest on The Late Late Show, he wasn't actually the guest, and it was the Jonas Brothers who went on the show and did their reunion. So a lot of people got really suspicious and thought that James was going to reunite One Direction on Late Late and use Dr. Phil as a cover-up. And that's why he was scheduled to be on the show. A lot of people were like, I don't think that's likely. But we just tuned in to watch anyway, just to make sure. And no, obviously One Direction did not reunite on Late Late on the 14th. Dr. Phil really was the guest. I ended up watching the show and he was quite funny, so. But no, One Direction did not reunite on Late Late, and I'm gonna tell you why, actually. A lot of people have been thinking that One Direction is going to reunite and do something very soon because Liam keeps mentioning that they're planning something. In his live stream, he was talking about the boys and talking about something that they're planning. Like, he used the word planning as if all the boys are planning on doing something.
We have several 1D group chats. I'm not sure why there's several, but that's how planning goes in this sort of thing.
But I just want you guys to know that One Direction is not going to come back and do anything until after December. That's when their contract expires and they are allowed to do whatever they want on their own terms. That's why I didn't think One Direction was going to reunite on Late Late. They really can't until that contract expires in December. Then after that, things might change a little bit and they could reunite if they wanted to. I'm not saying they're going to. Don't hold me to that. I don't want to be quoted on that. But after December, they could if they wanted to do something, or if they were planning to do something. It will be after December when their contract is up. On September 15th, Harry announced that his shows in Mexico, South America, Australia, and New Zealand are all postponed until further notice. These were the only 2020 shows that Harry still had standing since everything else got moved and canceled. The only thing that we had left for 2020 was these dates, and they did get postponed. A lot of people knew they were going to. There's no way that Harry's going to be able to tour in 2020. Given that we are still in this pandemic. He did say he hopes to get back on the road when it's safer to do so. So I guarantee you that he will do that. Also on September 15, Bella Hadid, which is Gigi's sister, obviously, posted a photo of herself and Gigi on Instagram, and the caption kind of suggested that the ZG baby was born, but nobody was quite sure because she didn't say for sure. It just, in the caption, it kind of seemed like she was saying that her niece was born. The next day, on the 16th, Gigi's dad also posted something that kind of suggested that the baby was born, but nobody was sure. We had no confirmation or denial if it was or wasn't. A lot of people were freaking out, melting down that the baby was born, and then like, no, it wasn't, we don't know for sure. It was just a lot of back and forth. And later this day though, it did get confirmed that the baby wasn't born yet. He replied to someone on Instagram and said no, it wasn't born yet. Also on September 15th, we finally got an updated picture of Harry, recent picture, and his mustache was gone. I don't know the location of this photo because nobody ever disclosed that information. I'm not sure where he was at the time, but he did shave the mustache. That Mario mustache is gone. On September 17th, Harry is rumored to be in another movie. 3 in 1 month. Wow. I know. This time, the movie he was rumored to be in is a movie called My Policeman, which is actually a novel adaptation, and it's about a closeted man who's in a love triangle with his lover Patrick and then also his wife Marion. Similarly to The Eternals, we don't have any confirmation or denial if Harry is in My Policeman. Nobody close with him or the director or anything has said, yes, Harry is in this movie. It's just been a rumor running around in a bunch of articles and stuff, and I think if you go on the IMDb page, Harry is listed in the cast, but I don't know how official that is, and nobody has confirmed it yet. So The Eternals and My Policeman are still up in the air, still rumors running around, we don't know. I got more Harry updates for you. Harry dominated this month. He said, I am not going anywhere. You can't get rid of me. But anyways, on September 21st, Harry was seen at the airport going back to Italy. We talked about in previous rundowns how Harry was spending a lot of time in Italy. He was there for weeks and weeks and weeks and nobody knew what he was doing. And then he finally came back. Then on the 21st, he ventured his way back to Italy. Again. A fucking again. But also, while he was confirmed to be there in Italy, a bunch of videos started coming out of him riding around in a car while someone films him. First, a lot of people thought that maybe he was in Italy in the car filming because he was doing some kind of Gucci ad or Gucci campaign. But then a lot of people also threw around the idea that he was filming a Golden music video because there were some receipts coming out from this girl who called her local radio station and asked them why they played Golden, because Golden isn't a single yet. So she called them and was like, oh, you played Golden by Harry Styles a little bit ago, and the DJ was on the phone saying like, oh yeah, that's his next single. So then people put that with the filming together, 2 and 2, and kind of figured out that he was probably in Italy filming a Golden music video. Also on the 21st, Harry was nominated for the Billboard Chart Achievement Award, which is a Billboard Music Award. That's already really cool, that the Chart Achievement Award, because you know, this man is all over the charts. We knew. But also on the 21st, his suit that he wore when he was inducting Stevie Nicks into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was hung up in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that's really cool, the fact that his suit is in there. On September 22nd, Zayn changed his Instagram profile photo, his Twitter profile photo, and updated his Spotify cover, like header cover. So a lot of people got really excited thinking that Z3 era is coming and it's starting, because just a few days before this, like I said, he did tease new music on his Instagram and then he changed all of his social media icons, so... But then the following day on the 23rd, Zayn announced his new single, Better, as I'm sure you know, and as I'm sure you've heard. So exciting. I miss that kind of adrenaline. Also on the 23rd, there's a bunch, and when I say a bunch, baby girl, I mean just copious amounts of photos of Harry in Italy filming the Golden music video. There was also a situation around this time where people were posting drone photos of Harry on his private property in Italy, and I'm not going to be putting those photos in here, obviously because they were drone photos and not paparazzi photos. So if you're wondering about that, then no, I'm not going to put them in. I wasn't even going to update on the situation, but I thought I should say something just in case people were confused about the photos. We're pretty much confident that he was filming the Golden music video. In the background of the clips of him running down the street, you can hear Golden playing. So it's like pretty much 100% gonna be the Golden music video. We got that by now. But there was all kinds of footage of him coming out, of him running down the street, of him in a boat, a speedboat, in like this like purple dress outfit with a hat, wearing makeup, all kinds of photos. Just so many pictures of Harry. And it wasn't even just on the 23rd. It was the 23rd. And then the days after that, there were just pictures and pictures and pictures of Harry filming Golden in Italy. So many pictures. I'm not going to put them all in, but just know that there was a lot. Also on September 23rd, Zayn announced that his daughter was born and posted a photo of his hand with hers. It was the sweetest paragraph ever. If you haven't read it, you should go and look at Zayn's tweet and his Instagram post talking about his daughter. Sweetest thing ever, melted my heart. As soon as I read it, I burst into tears and I ran into the kitchen to show my mom. My heart, so sweet. We still don't know her name and we still don't have any photos of her face, but I think that's just because they're trying to have their privacy, and I respect that 100%. The following day on September 24th, Louis liked Zayn's Instagram post about the baby and sent the entire fandom spiraling downwards, including me. I was spiraling very much. I wasn't expecting Louis to like the post. He was the only one who did, and that just... They're just on a roll. Zoe is just on a roll. I see you, and I like what I see. On September 25th, the Better music video premiered. Okay, I'm good. On September 25th, the Better music video came out, as well as the song, and they're both so amazing. I have a song and video reaction up on my channel. If you missed it, you can go check it out when you're finished with this video. It's a really good song, so groovy. It lives in my head rent-free, and I love it. So this is Zayn's journey, and we're all just taking it with him. Also on September 25th, Niall released new Heartbreak Weather merch, and it's really cute. He released a bunch of new designs on his like hoodies and shirts and stuff, and they're very, very cute. I haven't ordered any yet, but I really want to because Niall's merch is always so cute. If you want to check out Niall's new merch, I'm gonna link the shop down below so you can go and search for something that you might want. I will be doing the same. Actually, no I won't, because he's my boyfriend and he gives me my merch for free. On September 26th, Liam did a watch through of the LP show. He did this before with his first LP show where he goes back and like rewatches it with everyone, and I think that's so cool. So he did a rewatch of the show. It was a lot of fun. If you missed it, I will have the clips that I can manage to find linked down below. Liam doing his LP shows and his live streams and his videos, just anything, is always really entertaining. And I give him mad props for that because it can be kind of hard to stay connected with your fan base while everyone's trapped in quarantine and things are limited and you can't do everything that you used to, and Liam has been doing a really good job. So on September 27th, Louis was seen at a football game. He was there with Ollie. There was a bunch of pictures that released of Louis at the football game that I'm not going to put in just because there was a bunch of drama about it on Twitter. People kept saying like, oh, he didn't want anyone to post those, he didn't want people to know his location. So I'm not going to put those in, but the selfie is okay. He said that the selfie was fine to post. So that's good. He was all covered up in his hoodie with his little hat. He didn't let us see his hair though. That's what I'm curious about. The last time we saw Louis's hair, it was really long. The fact that he covered it up, there could be a whole waterfall under there and we don't know. Or he could have cut it. We don't know. On September 28th, Liam's Esquire, I hope I'm saying that right, Esquire, don't know, but that photo shoot came out and there was lots of really good pictures of him. Fashion king, he looks so good. I love his hair like that. His outfits were on point. He also changed his layout on Twitter and it matches really well. It looks really cute. Like, Liam is just stepping out. He's just doing the damn thing. He left no crumbs behind and we're all just gonna have to be okay with that. On September 29th, Madame Tussauds put One Direction's wax figures back in the museum. Like I said, I don't know if they ever took them out in the first place. I don't know if they took them out and then put them back in. But on the 29th, they announced that they're going to be back. Remember how at the beginning of this rundown they announced that they were going to take them out? It was only a few weeks later. They said, never mind, they're back. They should have kept them out for a little bit longer because they could have made some really like bank, just so much money if they would have kept them out for like a few years and then did like this huge major comeback, like, oh, big comeback, One Direction's back. But they only took them out for a few weeks. And that, you guys, is everything that happened in September. Crazy month. Absolutely so hectic. So much going on all the time, every day, especially with Harry and Zayn. So much content. And we have a lot of content to look forward to now that we know that Harry's doing a movie, the Golden music video is coming out, Zayn is going to be releasing more music and doing his album and stuff. I really don't know when we're going to get more Louis content, but we also still have to wait and see what he's up to. So there is still a lot more in store. But this month was absolutely just a whirlwind of chaos. So with that being said, thank you for watching the rundown. Don't forget to check my description for my P.O. box, social medias, all that stuff that you need is going to be down there. Everything from this video will also be down there in case you missed something that you want to see. I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic, amazing, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.